So hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I am checked in to Royal Pacific at Universal. So this is one of the 3 deluxe resorts at Universal. This is one of the fancy ones that comes with unlimited express as part of your hotel stay. So I am staying here for 2 nights with some friends. I'll explain more, but I wanted to do a room tour. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a resort tour. We're going to see, because this is really about a trip with my friends. And I don't know how much time I'm going to have to vlog, but at the very least, I don't know when I'll get to stay at one of the deluxe resorts again. So I wanted to at least do a room tour and at least show you the lobby. So without further ado, let's kick off this vlog. So yes, I have some friends flying in. It's my high school bestie, Sarah, and her fiance, Carl. Sarah has not been to Universal. I don't think she's been to Islands of Adventure since my 17th birthday party, which I had at Islands of Adventure. And Carl has never been to Universal before. This is his first ever Universal trip. So because we're only doing 1 day in the parks and it's going to be Islands of Adventure, we wanted to stay at one of the deluxe resorts in order to get the unlimited express. We did price it. I'm sure at different times it's not the case, but for this particular trip with my AP discount, this room, which we're going to share, is cheaper than staying at one of like Cabana or one of the more value resorts and purchasing day tickets for them and express passes for all of us. So it was cheaper for them to just buy park tickets and then for the express to come from the hotel room for this particular stay. You're gonna have to do your own math on whether or not that is true for when you're here, but I did a lot of research, did a lot of calculating, and that's how it worked out for this trip. So 2 nights. The express pass starts working immediately. So because I'm an annual pass holder, if I wanted to go in the parks tonight, I could go in and have express. If I want to go in on Sunday after they leave, I would still have express for that as well. So that is nice. As soon as you check in, all the days of your trip, the express works, and it is unlimited express. Very nice deal, at least at the current room rates with an AP discount. So I am still getting over my cold that I caught the last time I was in Orlando. So hopefully I can make it through this without coughing too much. But let's go ahead and do a room tour. Okay, so now I did already unpack some because I had a staff meeting for work, and so while that was happening and I was listening to what was happening in the meeting, I did some unpacking. So it's not completely pristine, but I was, taking care of some multitasking before my friends arrived because their flight lands in like 30 minutes. So this is a standard 2-queen room. I'm going to show the room first before I show the bathroom. So this is my second time ever staying at Royal Pacific. My first time was back in 2010 when the 3 deluxe resorts were the only resorts at Universal. And the rooms didn't look like this. This has actually already been redesigned. That was 15 years ago at this point. But they had a much more nautical, I don't want to say Polynesian because it wasn't Polynesian, but just much more island tropical nautical vibe to them back then. This is very pretty though. I don't know what you would consider this with the orchids and kind of pulling in the purples. There's still a little bit of island decor, but they got rid of the kind of navy dark blues, more rattan type vibe of when it first opened. So very nice first impressions. It does have hard floors when you first walk in, and then it transitions to carpet. So if you're someone that doesn't like carpet, there is carpet in this hotel. And then, like I said, standard 2-queen. I've already unpacked my fan that goes with me everywhere when I travel, and some nice lights above the bed. And we are in building 1 with a view of the roundabout to drive in, but also the little lagoon with the crosswalk, the bridge from the parking, which is over here, to the lobby. So not a bad little view. Obviously, I think a park view, I can see Rip Red Rocket from here. Rip Red Rocket's right there. A park view would be preferable. There's pool views as well, but we paid for the standard room because we're trying to save as much money as possible. Now I do see there's someone down there with a dog. Dogs are allowed at this hotel, so you can have your pupper. I'm sure there's rules, but pets are allowed here. So, moving on, you have a desk area, which I was clearly using for my staff meeting that happened right before I started filming. So, nice little desk area. Beautiful picture, actually. Wherever that is, that's where I want to be. Not a ton of storage, honestly, compared to some of the other resorts. Like Aventura, you get a ton more drawers. The new resorts, you get a ton more drawers. It's only 6 drawers. And then this is where you have your fridge and your coffee maker and stuff hidden away. So not a ton as far as storage. It's pretty standard TV. And then the rest is pretty standard hotel. You have your closet. Like I said, I've already unpacked, but it's your standard items in the closet, the safe, iron, all that good stuff. And then here you have the bathroom. So let me see what kind of mood lighting we have here. Oh, okay. That one is much more mood lighting. Actually really pretty. Just one sink. Kind of a small mirror, again, compared to the new resorts. I am been staying at Stella Nova, at Aventura, Sapphire, the ones that were built much more recently. And so they're giving you nice big mirrors now, but this is still very nice. And I can't complain because look at the giant mirror that's right here. So again, small mirror, but if you're wanting to take selfies, this is definitely the mirror to do it in. And the shower looks quite nice. So it looks like you get a couple different rainfall showers. This is where the deluxe resort comes in. You get the rainfall shower, looks super nice. Pretty small bathroom though for a deluxe resort. I mean, this is definitely smaller than Sapphire. Nicer shower than the other resorts for sure. It's got real tile and everything nice, but not as big of a bathroom as I was expecting. And much like Sapphire, it has the barn door. So I always say for Sapphire, if you're really someone who cares about having privacy, it's not the most private of bathrooms with the barn doors. I do think this is a higher quality than what's at Sapphire because it does actually lock in, whereas Sapphire's it kind of comes out to here and so it doesn't really fully close. Seems a little better there. But that's about it. I really love this paint color. This is beautiful. So that is the standard 2-queen room at Royal Pacific. And we'll see. Hopefully I get to do a lobby tour and do a little resort exploring on Sunday after they leave. We'll see what my schedule allows. But at the very least, I want to do a room tour and I'll share my thoughts of staying here afterwards and see, is it really worth the money to spend this much more to stay at one of the deluxe resorts versus one of the more moderate resorts. They've changed the names. I don't know what they're called anymore. They've added different tiers, but you guys know I frequent Sapphire, Aventura, Cabana, now Stella, Endless Summer. Those are usually my resorts. So is it really worth to splurge and stay here at one of the deluxe? Let's find out together. Well, I just got a knock at the door and they brought some free cookies, some complimentary cookies with a note. But look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh. Me and Sarah, at least, okay. When we were in high school, Sarah's favorite color is purple. I don't know if it's still her favorite color now that we're much older than high school, but my favorite color is purple. And this room is very purple. So I feel like she's going to be very excited to see these. I hope they're ube. They look amazing. I don't know if this is just because I stay at these hotels as much as I do. Because it says your continued loyalty is greatly appreciated. I do stay at Universal Resorts quite a bit. And if you had any question, I'm obviously not sponsored. I have a very small channel. I pay for all of this myself, in this case, you know, with my friends. I don't know if this is actually something they're doing because I stay at these Lowe's hotels enough, or is this just a little welcome gift that new people get all the time? I have no idea, but it's very sweet. So we are on the 4th floor And at the elevators, you get this beautiful, a little bit blocked view of the pool. Very pretty. I feel like this is a rare time where there's nobody out here in the courtyard, so I'm going to go ahead and film it now. But when you come through the lobby, you get this view of the courtyard with the elephants playing in the water. So peaceful. So hello, I'm obviously back home now. It's a bit later, and since I didn't end up filming anything else while I was at Royal Pacific, I wanted to give some of my thoughts on staying at one of the deluxe resorts at Universal versus where I normally stay, typically Sapphire Falls, Aventura, Cabana Bay, in La Summer, and now the new Stella Nova and Terra Luna resorts. Well, not quite Terra Luna yet, but soon. Obviously there's a big difference staying at Royal Pacific because you get some nicer amenities for being a very expensive hotel. And that main amenity would be the unlimited express passes. So in general, as a Florida resident who has an annual pass and goes to the parks all the time, I don't feel the need to have express passes. I've been on the rides a million times. If it has a short enough wait, I will go on it. A lot of times I'll use single rider to cut down waits, but because my friends were attending for one day, it was Carl's first time ever at Universal. Sarah hadn't been since high school. We wanted to make sure they saw everything in Islands of Adventure, no matter how busy the park was on a Saturday in February. And so the unlimited express passes were the reason to stay at Royal Pacific. Because there were 4 adults in the one room, we were charged a higher amount, and that's specifically to cover the unlimited express passes. So for 2 nights with 4 adults and an annual pass discount, it ended up being just over $1,000. That is much higher of a budget than I would normally spend to stay at a Universal hotel. I typically go for those $100 nights at Stella Nova, maybe like $150 at Aventura. So $500 a night is quite a bit. But once you factor in the express passes, it was far cheaper to do a 2-night hotel stay at Royal Pacific. On the date that we were there, it would have been over $200 per person to get those express passes. So you're talking $800 in express passes right there. That leaves you only $200 to try to find a 2-night stay at one of the hotels, and I assume they charge extra for 4 adults in one room, even if you go to one of the other resorts, just probably not as much. For me, personally, moving forward, it's going to be hard for me to justify staying at one of the other resorts, at one of the other deluxe resorts, aside from just wanting to experience it. So I've never stayed at Hard Rock, and I've never stayed at Portofino. Those are the 2 resorts existing currently at Universal that I've never stayed at. So someday, I would like to do a stay just to be able to experience the resort, see it for myself, and maybe there's another instance in the future where it makes sense to stay for the express passes. As far as the actual hotel, I thought Royal Pacific was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was very nice, but I didn't see a drastic improvement in amenities compared to Sapphire Falls, which is its neighbor. It's right next door. I think Royal Pacific's pool is very nice. Sapphire Falls pool is very nice. But we went to Sapphire for dinner both nights. We went to Strongwater Tavern the first night, and we went to Amatista the second night. Royal Pacific has its own stuff, but we would rather be at Sapphire. So I think for bang for your buck, if you don't need the express passes, Sapphire Falls beats Royal Pacific every day. Portofino and Hard Rock, I think you can make a case for them. They're closer to the parks. Portofino is gorgeous. I think you can make an argument for why you might prefer one of those to Sapphire. Sapphire and Royal Pacific, the themes are so similar. They're right next door to each other. They both have the boat service. It's just a drastic price difference. That's my thoughts. I enjoyed my stay. I won't be rushing to stay there again, but I did very much think it was comfortable, very nice. Even with 4 adults in one room, we were fine, especially because most of the time we were out of the room anyway. And I think if you need the express passes, it's a great option. Otherwise, I'd stick at Sapphire Falls, or even, you know, if you have a family, definitely consider either one of the value resorts or one of the prime value resorts. I think that's what they're calling them now. So that's my short little quick review. I have a stay at Terra Luna in the future, which will be the next hotel that opens at Universal in late March. So just a few weeks from now. That's not what I'm saying, but that's when it opens. So that'll probably be the next room tour here on my channel when that stay comes up. But I will see you guys on my next adventure in Orlando, which I'm pretty sure will be Universal. So I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.